What up, you guys? It's your girl Sugar Bop, and I'm back with another video. How are y'all doing today? You see, I don't got my glasses on. I should have my glasses on. Matter of fact, let me do that. My glasses always stay dirty though. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, today's video, as you can tell by the title, is a true story. So, yeah, funny story, right? This is my third time trying to film this video. I tried to film it twice yesterday, and I tried to film it on my phone, and you would be like, dang, Shalene, you didn't learn your lesson from the last time. No, I didn't. That was my dumbness. So, yeah. Third time's a charm, I guess. Just gonna have to film it on here, and hope for the best. But before we get into the story time, if you're new here, welcome, welcome. Become an official Sugar Bear by hitting the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well so you know when I post a video. And why would you want to do that? Because it's beautiful over here. And that's just it. Okay? So, my goodness. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know it's about to be a juicy story. So get your teacups ready and get ready to sit on some hot news. Anyway, so I'm trying to like focus my camera so it, yeah. And see, then too, like yesterday, I tried to film it before the sun went down, and I thought I was doing a pretty good job, but then, like I said, I tried to film it on my phone, and the camera just kind of kept messing up. So yeah, it's because my storage on my phone is like almost full, and like I said, I should have known better. And there's another video too that I have to refilm because I filmed that on my phone and I edited it, but it would not post to YouTube. So yeah, I guess this is the season of do-overs, because yeah. And I will try to not post. I will probably be filming that video today as well. That's gonna be a life update video, and I have some stuff to talk about, you guys, cause stuff done changed. So anyway, let's get on to the story. So this story takes place at, was it last year? Yeah, last year. Okay. So, this story actually takes place at my old job. And so, I can talk about it now. I couldn't talk about it then because, I still work there. But, no. And that's part of the life update too because I have a new job. But yeah, I'll talk more about that in my life update video. In which, like I said, I will be filming that hopefully today, and I'll probably, hopefully, try to get that out tomorrow. Do like a scheduled upload or whatever. And I'm gonna try to get this video out today. Today is Tuesday, so yeah, I'm gonna try to get that uploaded and do a scheduled upload for tonight. 9 o'clock probably. Don't quote me, but I am gonna try to get it out there. Anyway, because I know it's been months, y'all, and I do this all the time. I'll film, post a video, then I'll get ghosts for like 2-3 months, and then come back with another video. It's not funny. Like, I really should be consistent, but anyway, let's get on to this true story or whatever. So, as y'all know, I do not say people's names in these stories. I always come up with nicknames and whatnot. And so, um, the main character, we're naming him Los, um, because I just like that name. I actually used to know a dude named Carlos, and I named him Los. This is not about him, okay? It's not about him. And that was like many, many years ago. So, yeah, I hope he's doing good out in the world or whatever, and I hope he's prospering. Anyways, so, um, The previous, and this, alright, so the previous job I had before the one I just left, um, there it was like, so like the job that I had before the one I just left, but there was like, I don't know, it was very, very strange. It was like a dark cloud over that place. And like for me, I don't really try to read too much into energies or anything like that because I mean I know it's a lot to it. Um, and I mean I can read bad vibes if that makes sense. So I guess that is kind of like bad energy. But yeah, no, it's a whole thing with that, and I I when I pick up, I can pick up bad vibes and things like that, but as far as reading people's energies, I'm still like not too good on that. But like when I worked there, it felt like there was this black cloud over the place. Um, it just felt very dark, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, it was like a very dark, eerie, not eerie, but a very dark vibe to it. And the reason why I say that is because it just was like everybody walked around kind of like dead inside, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, so sorry I'm scratching myself. But like it was just a lot of backstabbing going on and things like that. People were very fake and phony that were trying to pretend to be your friend, but they really weren't your friend. And that's you should never want to really be friends with your boss or whatever anyway, because that's just crossing professional lines. And that's part of what the story is. Well, not part of it. Like that's what the story is about. I'm just giving you guys a little bit of background right now, so you can kind of understand why I felt the way I felt when this situation that I'm about to tell you about happened. Yeah. So, I was at that job for 2 years, and was it 2 years? Yeah, I was at that job for 2 years, and then I left that place, um, to be at the place I just left. And this is actually week 4. And like I said, I will tell you more about that in my life update video. So stay tuned for that. Um, but like I was saying, so I left that job, the job that I was at for 2 years, I left that job and then I moved on to another job, right? And so, you know, it was very different because at this job, it was people were very friendly. Um, I didn't feel any fakeness. I didn't feel a dark cloud like how I felt at the other place. I felt welcomed, wanted, and I felt like people actually cared. Now, here's the thing. Usually before I apply for a job, I will read the reviews if I'm really, really considering coming, like applying for the job and going to the job. I read employee reviews. I ain't gonna lie about that because hey, let's keep it 100. These jobs be spying on us, okay? And if you don't know, now you know. Anyway, and that's why some companies will tell you be careful what you post online, things of that nature, because they're watching you. Okay, so anyway, so I had this boss, right? And he was very, very cool. Like he seemed cool. And you probably won't think he's cool after I tell you about the situation. I'm like, I still have mad respect for the guy, but just anyway, let me get on. So when I came to this place, like I said, I did not know what to expect. And part of me was just like, another job, a new job, you know. And to be honest, I took a pay cut. I did. Because at my old job, I was making more, I had a higher pay rate or whatever. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so um, I met my boss, and he would seem to be really, really cool. Like, he was, you know, he's a younger guy, younger than me. And he just, I don't know, this is the type of person that you just had great vibes with all the time. Like, he was always happy. He never really let anything get him angry. Except for this one time, but I mean, that's the only time I ever seen him get mad. And it was like a shock to me, because like I said, this dude don't never get mad. But, like I was saying, so he, like I said, he seemed like a very nice person, like very, very cool guy, right? So, you know, for me, when I start a new job, or with any situation, I'm always quiet. I never speak unless somebody speaks to me, right? Because for the simple fact that that's just me. I've been shy all my life, and I've been trying to break out of it actually, and it's been kind of working, sorta, kind of, yeah. And I'll talk more about that in my life update Vic. I know I keep saying that. I'm really sorry, y'all, but just work with me, alright? Alright, so anyway, so I think it was like a month or two had passed, and um, I met his homegirl or whatever, and we're gonna name her Catalina. Catalina is very, very cool, and we still cool to this day. Like, I have not talked to her since I left the job, but you know, that's, anyway, we not going there, you know. So, and see, I was more energetic yesterday. I am so sorry, y'all, but I promise you, it's gonna get better. Anyway, so I met his homegirl, Catalina. Now, come to find out, Catalina had a girlfriend, and well, she's not really relevant to the story. We're just gonna say she had a girlfriend, right? And her girlfriend knew Los, like, way before. Like, they had a history or whatever. Like, they really, really good friends or whatever. From, like, way back, way before the job situation and whatnot, right? So, um, I was telling Catalina, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, this man is hot, like, and I was telling Catalina, I got a crush on Los, right? She was like, well, you should tell him. Now, me personally, if you know me, you know, I'm not never going to tell you if I got a crush on you or not. For the simple fact that in the past, when I've actually done that, um, stuff that got weird between me and whoever I told, and so now I just don't tell nobody. Aside for this one time, I was about to tell somebody, but they kind of disappeared on me, and that'll be in the life update video as well. Yeah. But, so yeah, I'm just like telling Catalina, hey, I got a crush on Los or whatever. And she's like, well, you should probably tell him or whatever. Shoot your shot and see what he say. And I'm just like, nah. She's like, well, he understanding or whatever. Now, here's where, and I'm glad I didn't, because that would be crossing all types of professional lines, because he was my boss. Now, the like I said, I'm glad I did not tell him, and I was never going to tell him or whatever, right? Now, he had told us, hey, I'm going to, move into second shift, and this was like a month down. Yeah, I think it was like a month down the line after I had already started, and I just was like mad, because I'm like, how dare you? You know, you're the best boss I ever had. Now you want to up and dip? The nerve of you. And he trying to convince me it's because of politics on the job. And I'm saying to myself, yeah, it's politics, alright. Somebody just don't like you. Anyway. That's not my business to tell, and we're not going into that, okay? Because there was some stuff going on that was not right in regards to him. Somebody did not like him, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Because, like I said, that ain't my business to tell, honey, and we not about to get into that anyway. So he was like, "Yeah, I'll move into second shift," and I was like, "Damn, like, you got a lot of nerve wanting to do that mess, like." Yeah, so I mean, me being angry about it and me being sad about it was not going to change the situation. He was going to go anyway, regardless of how any of us felt, because everybody was upset about it, you know. But mainly me and Catalina, because we was like close with him and tight and stuff with him, right? Or so I thought. And you gonna find out. Yeah, let's just keep going. You gonna find out what I said, so I thought. Like him and Catalina, yeah, they was tight, and I thought that me and him was tight. But anyway, so not the last day, but like well, that was supposed to be his last day actually. The day that was supposed to be his last day, he gave me his phone number and said, because he knew I was sad about him dipping off, and he knew how I felt about him. Like, I thought he was like mad cool and whatnot, right? So here's what happened. I thought we was friends, and this is why. Well, part of it. This is part of why. All right. So this dude gave me his phone number. Now, here's the thing, right? If you want to keep stuff on a professional level, you should probably say something along the lines of, "Here's my phone number. Um, hit me up if it's in regards to the job," or something along that line, right? No, that's not what he said. And mainly too, like I said, no, I didn't say this. Mainly too, he had gave out his phone number to the other people on the line because at this job they didn't have an employee call out line. They had you contact your boss to let your boss know if you wasn't coming in or if you had an emergency or something. So everybody had the line. And remember his phone number. And remember I said that, okay? Because it's very important. Trust me. Remember I said that because it's gonna come up again later in the story. All right. So he told me. He told me, "Here's my phone number. Hit me up anytime, work related or not." Remember I said work related or not. Okay? That's what he said. And I'm not delusional. And that's important too, because it's going to come up again later in the story. This story is going to have key points I want you to remember, and I'm going to say, remember that, okay? So, I was like, okay. Like, I got a friend. Me personally, if I know it's about to be on some professional stuff, I'll never hit you up. Like, no. Especially if I'm about to have a new boss, I just talk to my new boss. If it's only work-related stuff. Me personally, hey, look, I never been one to want to be that close to a boss anyway, but he made you feel like y'all was that close, like y'all was mad cool and whatnot, right? So I'm like, okay, sounds cool. So I started hitting him up like on some rando stuff, like telling him like certain like personal stuff, like certain things about that wasn't work related, because that's what he said, right? Start asking questions, start trying to talk to him, and yeah, like I said, I had a crush on him, but it wasn't never like nothing on an unprofessional type of deal. Well, it was unprofessional because I used to cuss in the text started, but anyway, he said work related or not, right? So I'm just being myself. So, I'm just like, one day I got the nerve And this wasn't gonna be on some I wanna date you type situation. I just wanna be friends with the dude. Cause like I said, I never tell a person if I like them or not. You know. So I remember one day, and I think it was the last week we was at the old building because we had moved to a new location. It was the last week we was at the old building. I walked up to him and I said, what did I say? I'm trying to remember my exact words. I said, since we all cool and stuff, and I start laughing because, sometimes when I'm nervous, I laugh. He made me nervous too, because he had this, like, sometimes he's standing there looking mad goofy, and I started laughing. He was like, wait, what happened? I was like, nothing, And so I was like, since we're cool, since we, cool or whatever, could we, like, kick it? And when I said kick it, I meant, like, hang out, like, go to the movies or something like that, right? He was like, yeah, just, let me know. That's a key point. So then he was like, so then, wait, hold up. So no, this was the week before the last week. Okay, I remember because the last week we was in a building. I said to him, I said, hey, I was thinking we could like hit up a movie or something because I like scary stuff. I said the S word or whatever. He was like, yeah, say less. His favorite thing to say was say less. He was like, yeah, say less. Just text me and we could talk about it. And I'm like, okay, right? I'm thinking we friends. So I was bold enough to ask, could we like go to the movies or something? We was not cool like that. I would not be asking that man nothing to that caliber. Everything I would have said would have been work related. If he would have said keep it professional in the beginning. And that's a key point. So I'm like, okay, well, I never heard nothing. I text him because we was off. I used to be off Fridays and Saturdays, so I text him like, "Hey, you said I hit you up about going to the movies." Now here's something that I didn't never mention, but this dude barely answered his phone. He don't answer phone calls. He barely answered. In the beginning, he would answer text messages, right, from me. But then after that, he stopped doing it. Now, see, I thought we was mad cool too, cause like, for me, if you lead on for me to believe that we're friends, I'll do anything for you, like for real. I used to do mad overtime for this dude, like all the time. Now, granted, it was benefiting me too, cause I was getting more money. But at the same time, I'm dedicating my free time to you when I could be at home doing something else. You know what I'm saying? If we really friends like that, like I said, I'll do anything for you. Anything. Half the time I may not feel like it, but I'm still going to do it if we, friends and I'm not dedicated to the friendship like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, like I said, I texted the dude, never heard nothing. I never brought it up again because I'm just like, you know what? I might be coming off as a little thirsty at this point. I don't think so. But if you tell me blase, 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 and, you don't follow through with it, I'm just going to let it go. If you tell me blase, 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 I'm be like, alright, yeah, and I'm going to go through with what the plan is. And if the plan don't go accordingly, I'm just going to fall back, right? So, and I hope in this story is making sense, because, like, I feel like I'm all over the place with it. But, yeah, so, and I might be missing some key points. I might be missing something because this was like a while ago, okay? And yeah, this was a while ago, and I mm, just keep listening because it's messy as fuck. Anyways, so we get to the new building, and I'm telling Catalina, like, Catalina, what's wrong with your homeboy? Like, you know, she like, what's going on? I'm like, yo, this dude is acting mad weird. Like, he was starting to hurt my feelings at this point, and that's how you know I was like really thinking we were friends like that. Now, usually I got tough. Well, I definitely got tough skin now. But usually I got tough skin about these things. But when a person leads you on to believe that y'all are something, and then it turns out to be nothing, and like things aren't going accordingly, it's just like it could really hurt you. Like, because I told this dude something I had never told nobody, and I'm not going to get into that because that is work related as well, and I'm not about to. Yeah, no, I'm not about to get into that. Um, so yeah, I trusted him, and I knew he wasn't going to tell nobody because he's not that type of person. Like, he's not going to tell nobody, you know, if I tell him a secret. And so I'm like, Catalina, I don't think I want to be friends with Los no more. And she like, for real? Like, what's going on? She started laughing. And I'm just like, nah, I don't want to be friends with Los no more. I almost called him Catalina. Lord have mercy. And she like, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, so he act like he don't want to be friends with me. Like, he just... And I had a car accident, too, so... Wait, hold on. Was this before or after the car accident? Yeah, it was. It was after. So, what happened was, I had a car accident on my way back from lunch. And I had called him to tell him. And I knew he wasn't going to answer the phone. I already knew. But my dumbass was like, you know what? Maybe he'll pick up because, you know, he don't got to work till such and such time. Maybe he'll be kind enough to answer the phone. Lies. This dude did not answer the phone. And I called him twice. Right after the car accident happened, I called him twice to tell him what happened, thinking he would be nice enough to pick up the phone and give a fuck. But no, did not pick up the phone for nada, for nothing. And I'm like, oh, I was hurt by that. So, and like I said, I was hurt because I thought we was friends. That's what he led me to believe. So, I feel like I got sneezed. That's why I'm looking like that. So I'm like, okay. And she was like, oh, so he just being a shitty friend. I was like, yeah. Like, I don't think I want to be friends with him no more. She was like, well, there's one thing I know about him, because I know him a long time, and I already knew that. He do not answer phones. And I was like, well, saying, you know, why are you giving out your number if you're not going to answer the phone? Like, and I told her, you know, what was said when he gave me his phone number. And she was like, oh, like, she was like, yeah, so, you know, I know somebody who would, who went through the same similar situation, but this person, and this person will be in the story later on. And I named her Drama Starter. But we gonna call her Drama for short. So she was like, yeah, and she didn't tell me this person's name in the beginning, but she told me later. Cause she knew I wasn't gonna say nothing. Like, that's not me. I'm not gonna tell people secrets. She was like, yeah, so Drama said that the same thing happened to her, but like I said, I don't never see that side of him because, you know, yeah, she just, I guess they're just that cool or whatever. And she was like, but Drama was like trying to date him, and they had this whole thing, and that's not my business to tell, so I'm not gonna say that. Just yeah, Los and Drama has some stuff going on, and yeah, I'm not going. Like I said, that's not my business to tell, so I'm not gonna say that part. But I'm like, oh really? She was like, yeah. And, Drama, I actually knew Drama. Not like on some we cool, like we friends type tip, but I had said what's up to Drama a few times at the old building. And we would like, speak to one another. And how I met Drama was when I was coming back from break at the old building, she was like, I've seen you before. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, nah, I think you got the wrong person. And she was like, nah. I took my mask off. She was like, yeah, we bumped into each other coming from the bathroom one day. And I was like, oh, yeah. Me saying, oh, yeah, but in reality, I don't remember that. I'm just going to say, oh, yeah, to go with it and get on with my life. Because that's what I do. Like, even if I don't know you and I don't remember an encounter we had, I'm just going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Just so you can get out of my face. And the whole time I'm thinking Drama was a really nice person, but she really not. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. And like later on in the story, y'all gonna find out. All right. So I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Like him and Drama had anyway. So um one day, cause and this had been a few weeks I was going through this little situation. And so it turned out Drama had a boyfriend. Drama's boyfriend, and what did I name him? Because I don't even remember. Hold on, let me look at my phone because I got notes. I named Drama's boyfriend Tommy. So Drama had a boyfriend named Tommy, and they got together after the whole. I can't even say that part because then y'all gonna get what's going on here. Anyway, so turns out Drama's boyfriend was my new boss. That transferred from second shift. Los and Tommy switched basically. And at first, like, I did not like Tommy. I did not want to like Tommy because I was used to being around Los, and me and Los was cool. So I thought. So she anyway, back to Catalina. Catalina just was like, yeah, I'll talk to him and whatnot, and she was always supposed to be talking to him about the situation with me and him. And then I just got the balls to talk to him my daggone self. And like I said, I'm probably missing something. But like I said, this was a while ago, so I don't remember everything. I'm so sorry, my nose is itching. But yeah, um, so then, I was like, I'm just gonna go, I got the balls, and I talked to him myself, but it did not go as planned. And see, when I start feeling some type of way, I start having dreams about stuff like this, like how it's gonna go, and how I dreamt it is not how it went. In my dream, this was supposed to be a smooth process. It was supposed to be doing some peaceful stuff. Yeah, no, it was not. It was not on no peaceful stuff when I finally talked to this man. Let me tell y'all. So one day, right? Cause I was starting, like I said, I was feeling some type of way. Like this dude was just being all out ignorant. That's how I felt. So, you know, for me, I can still play it cool. Like, if I feel some type of way about you, I'll still be like, hey, what's good? This, that, and the third. Be friendly, be cordial. Especially if it's a workplace environment. I'd still be like, what's up? But it was really, really bothering me. I tried to tuck it away for a long time. And I could not tuck it away no more. I had to talk to him about it. So, one afternoon, when I was on, I want to say it was a 15-minute break or a lunch break. I think it was a lunch break. No. I'm sorry. It was our last 15 minute. I remember because second shift used to come in at 1:30, and he would always come early or whatever. I guess to check like stats and all that from day shift. So I was like, hey, Lois, can I talk to you for a minute? And usually when I go talk to Lois, it'd be me telling him about somebody else that I had a problem with. But this time, I think he felt blindsided, or maybe not, I don't know. I can't read minds, because I was like, Lois, can I, talk to you for a second? He was like, yeah. Went outside, there's people out there, but it wasn't like that many people. And so I was like, I felt really nervous because, like I said, I was feeling some type of way. And it was not supposed to go how it went. But, yeah. It was mostly, then too, I was nervous because I knew my feelings was about to be hurt some more after this conversation. I just kind of figured, when you could tell when something's about to go really bad? That's what it was. So, I was like, yeah, so, and I'm telling him, I'm feeling nervous. Like, I start tapping and I do that sometimes. When I'm nervous, I start tapping my leg. He was like, take your time. I was like, so, you act like you don't want to be friends with me. And he was like, it's not that. It's just that, basically in so many words, he was saying this is a place of business and we supposed to be professional, this, that, and the third. Remember what I said in the beginning, right? How he said when he gave me his phone number, hit me up, work related or not. That's what he said, right? And I was like, well, you probably shouldn't be giving out your phone number like that to people. And he was like, weren't you on my line? I was like, yeah, but that's not why you gave me your number. I said, that's not what happened. And I relayed the message to him that you said on the last day that you was on the line, you gave me your phone number and you said, hit me up, work related or not. That's what you said. And this nigga gonna say, I don't remember that. You don't remember that. So now you got amnesia. Convenient amnesia. Because I'm confronting you about something that was said to me. And I'm confronting you about my feelings that you hurt. Okay. So then that's when I started getting loud, because I was like, you know what, he ain't finna come up here and try to play me like I'm just all out delusional about some shit. Because I'm not delusional. I know what the fuck he said. Okay? I said, I think you gave me your phone number because you felt sorry for me. It had nothing to do with me being on the line. Like, yeah, I was getting loud at this point. And somebody commented, oh, she don't like you now. He was like, yeah, I know. It's not what they say. And I was like, excuse me, what they say? He was like, they were saying that I'm not your favorite lead anymore. And I was like, no, you're still my favorite lead, but at the same time, I can't believe you would do that. Right? So, some other stuff was said too. I don't really remember everything that was said. All I know is I was yelling, and at the end of the conversation, slash dispute, whatever you want to call it. I just was like, well, you know what? You go your way and I'm going to go mine, because I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. Because he really pissed me off. Like, how dare you sit up there and lie and try to make, like, you didn't lead me to believe that we were friends, and now all of a sudden you want to say you don't remember any of that. Okay. Now you don't remember it. Okay. Okay. I went back to Catalina and I was like, girl, I said, your homeboy is tripping. Because at this point, he ain't my homeboy. I don't even fuck with him at this point. Because how dare you? He like, she like, what happened? I was like, I talked to him. And he tried to sit up there and lie. Talking about he ain't never say that. He ain't never said what he said. And she was like, for real? It's like, yeah. You know, I'm basically telling her the whole conversation, and she was like, I'll talk to him. So, she said, she talked, so, like, I want to say it was like a few days later, or a day, like the next day. No, it was like 2 days later. You know, because at this point, we was talking heavy, because I'm like, that's her homeboy, and she was supposed to be, like, trying to get make some sense of the situation. She was like, yeah, so I talked to him and he said he don't remember saying, you know, what you said he said as far as, you know, hit me up work related or not. And as far as the we can hang out and be cool type of deal, she said he told her that he don't remember saying none of that. I'm like, oh, so I'm just lying now. Okay. Okay. I'm just like, okay. At this point, I'm getting pissed. Okay. You know? What could I really say? I was not about to go back and talk to that man again, because this time I was really finna blow up. Y'all thought the first time I blew up was bad? Oh, he would have got it. He would have got it. And so I was like, you know what? That's cool. She was like, well, I could talk to him again, and, you know, because I was telling her, like, you know, if he ever did change his mind and decide that he did want to be friends, that I'd be good with it. Like, I'd be cool with it and whatnot. Like, I forgive him for what he did, and we could be for it, because, hey, like I said in the beginning when I, you know, start talking to this guy, he was, like, very friendly. He had good vibes all the time. Oh, and I missed the key point. Alright, I knew I was going to miss something. So here's another thing, right? When we was at the old building, and I want to say it was the last week we was at the building. I remember, no, yeah, because I was doing overtime for him, because he had already switched to second shift at this point. I told him, I said, Lois, you're my best friend. You know, I used to call him best friend, like, all the time. I said, Lois, you're my best friend. And he was like, oh, girl, stop, right? And I was like, nah, for real. I said, and it's not because you let me do overtime either. I was like, it's because every time I'm around you, it's always good vibes. Now, that would have been another opportunity to say, you know, hey, look, I don't know what you think this is, but, like, this ain't that. Like, let's keep it professional. And I would have totally understood, like, even after you said that mess about work related or not, I would have still, you know, I would have been okay with it. Like, yeah, okay. Instead of you letting months go by where you make me think something that it's really not that, you know what I'm saying? Then I would have been able to make the choice whether I wanted to still communicate with you and be cool with you or not. Because like I said, at this point he was on second shift. I never had to talk to him again if I didn't want to. But I chose to. Because I thought a certain way. So, yeah. So, yeah. Throughout the time of us being at the new building and at the old building, I would call him best friend. Because he was, to me, my best friend. Even though I already got one of those, you can have two. Like, it's nothing wrong with having two best friends. But, of course, the situation that got damaged after a while. Because before I even confronted him about, the whole situation about what he had said, I had asked him. And this was what made me want to have that conversation with him about what was said in the past, and then he, denying and whatnot. This is what made me want to have that conversation with him, and I felt like he was trying to play me to the left. This was the first conversation I had, and I knew I was going to forget something. This was the first conversation I had with him, and it was very short actually. We was at the new building. I asked him, I said, I'm sorry. I drink coffee, and that joint is like either trying to come up or I don't know. It's giving me the belches. Anyways, I said to him, I said, do you even like being called best friend? And this man said, this one made me feel some type of way too, because you didn't have to say all this. You could have just said yes or no. And I told Catalina this too. And this was, and that initial conversation with Catalina, before I confronted him about the situation about him not wanting to be friends with me, I said to her, I said, what I'm about to tell you. He said, it's just something that I hear. And, but just know, and he touched my shoulder. And that made me feel some type of way when he said what he's about to say. He touched my shoulder, he said, just know, I don't go around calling people that. You saying that alone made me feel like you thought I was playing. Like, this was not real. Like, you not really my best friend. I wasn't saying it just to fucking say it. I was saying it because it was true. Like, you don't take me seriously. So I was like, okay. And I was about to say something else, but then I kind of got cut off. And he would do that from time to time. Like, when I was about to say something, he would cut me off, and I'd just be like, let it go. So I let it go, and I was like, but my feelings was low-key hurt. I ain't gonna lie about it. And like I said, that conversation alone is what started, the hurt feeling situation, and that's what made me want to pull him to the side and ask him, like, what's really good. And I told Catalina, he said that, and she was like, I was like, yeah. I just felt like a simple yes or no would have sufficed. Like, you didn't have to say all that, you know. And from that point on, I never called him best friend again. Because at that point, you're not my best friend. Because how dare you say that shit? I mean, yes, it's nothing wrong with being honest, but it's a certain way you talk to people. And that dude was just bluntly honest, brutally honest. And it hurt my feelings. But anyway, so, yeah, so after I had that initial conversation with him, then I had the other conversation that led to the blow up. He told Catalina, Shalene, and y'all know Shalene's my real name. Shalene just took off on me. She was like, cause she was telling me when she went to go talk to him, she didn't even have to say nothing. He just came out and said what happened, and then she told him what I had said, and that's when he was like, "Oh, I don't remember saying that." I'm like, okay. Like I said, from that point on, he was never called best friend again, cause at this point, you're not acting how a best friend should act. So you're never getting called best friend again, right? And the red flag, there was like many red flags, but I just chose to ignore them. One of them was when I had my car accident and he did not answer. Like I said, he don't answer the phone for nobody anyway. But then I felt some type of way because like a week later, I remember I was about to go to the gym after work and he hit me up. He had seen me come outside. Now, granted, nothing seriously happened to me in this car accident. My car was totaled, but I was okay, kind of. My neck was hurting a little bit, but it wasn't serious. And I had went to the hospital for it. And I can't remember if they gave me pain pills. They did. They gave me pain pills, but it was some kind of pain pills you can't take if you gotta go to work because you're gonna be like messed up and whatnot. You're gonna be all slumped. Like, the kind of pain pill, y'all know how these hospitals be doing. You in pain? Or let me give you something real strong to make you feel high as hell. And that's the kind of pill it was, so I stopped taking it. Because I don't like that feeling. Like, I don't like it. Like, I don't like it. And it's not even a thing that I feel like I'm gonna get addicted, because that ain't even me anyway. Like, I don't like that feeling. And if you have to go to work, you especially not about to take that because you can't function like that. Like, you're gonna be asleep somewhere. And you're not gonna be able to perform your job accordingly. So, I remember he had seen me, and it was like a week later. I remember it was a Sunday. Was it a Sunday? Yeah, and I was about to go to the gym with, this girl that I used to talk to, and she's irrelevant, so I ain't gonna name her, give her a name or nothing. So he acted all concerned, and that kind of pissed me off, but I let it go. He like, oh, I heard you got into a car accident. I just found out. And I'm saying to myself, yeah, well, everybody else seemed to know, even people I didn't even talk to knew I had a car accident. So how you just now finding out? And we was cool like that. So I thought. And I didn't think to ask him who told him that I had a car accident. It just was to the fact that I was pissed off because you gonna act concerned, but like I called you and you didn't call back. And my mom just like, well, if you would have picked up the phone, you might have known what was going on. And I was gone for a few days because of my neck. Like, my whole neck, it was mainly like the back of my neck that was hurting. But that day when I went to the gym, I kind of like lifted, and I don't recommend this, okay? Don't ever go to the gym after a car accident and start lifting heavy weights because you could further injure yourself. But I did it, okay? I did it and it made me feel better actually. My neck was not hurting no more. Like, it was a little bit, but it was tolerable. Tolerable. You know what I'm saying? So, it just felt like after I lifted the heavy weights at the gym, I felt like a whole lot better. My neck was not hurting as bad anymore, and I was glad for that. You know what I'm saying? It was just like a random thing. Like I said, I don't recommend you do that. If you have a car accident and your neck is hurting, or any part of your body is hurting, don't go to the gym, because that could really mess you up. Just like how if you have an injury and the doctor makes you stay home for a few days from a job, like a back injury or something. And that's another thing too. I have, and this is totally off topic. I had a pinched nerve in my back from the previous job that I had, and not the one that I just left, but the one before that. I had a pinched nerve in my back, and my back was tearing me up one day. So much so that I had to go back to the physical therapist, and I went to um, go get checked out to see if I had further injured myself or whatever. And I sat up there and lied and was like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I can go back to work. They was like, do you lift anything? I was like, no, no. And I was lying because I knew I'd be lifting at work. Not that I had to, but it was just something that I was used to doing because how my job was set up, like before my back injury returned, I was always going to get stuff for myself, heavy stuff for myself. I was always lifting heavy crates and stuff, so even though my back was jacked up, I was still lifting. And I don't recommend that either. Don't ever. Because you can really mess your back up. You could be paralyzed from that. You know what I'm saying? And then what you going to do? Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, um, okay, yeah, so fast forward. So after we had that conversation and I blew up, I had talked to Catalina and she was like, yeah, tell me, yeah, he said he don't remember saying, what he said. And so I was like, oh, well, I think a few days went by and I apologized, or was it the next day? I think no, it was like a day or two after, and I apologized. He was like, oh, we good. And I was like, okay. In my mind, I'm not thinking that means we're friends, but we're good means like, we're still cool and whatnot. And here's when I really start getting pissed off because he up there saying we good, but then the next time I see you and say, hey, what's good, Los? You don't say nothing, you act like you don't hear me. Yeah, you dap me up, but then you walk off. And I'm just like, You know what I'm saying? Like, he said we was good, and now look how he acting. So I was like, so confused. Like, what is really going on? What is really going on right now? So I told, Catalina, and she like, like, so what do you want out of this situation? I was like, I really don't know at this point, because he acted funny again after saying we was good and whatnot. So she was like, well, I'll talk to him again if you want. And at first I was like, yeah. But then I thought about it, and she hadn't talked to him. Because apparently the next day was his birthday. And I was like, you know what? If you haven't talked to him yet, don't even worry about it. I'm over this. Like, I'm over it. I'm just going to let it go. So she was like, okay, yeah, just, if you decide to talk to him, tell him happy birthday, say something, just be like, I heard you had a birthday. And she was like trying to tell me too, like, oh, you didn't know it was his birthday? They had cake and balloons and stuff. And I was like, I did not see that in the break room. And I didn't. I didn't see none of that. That must have happened after I left. Because I think I remember Catalina used to leave like later than me and whatnot. Like I said, when I went in the break room, I didn't see none of that. Like, none of that was up there. She was like, well, I'm surprised because, it was in there. And I was like, nah, I didn't see none of that. Like, I'm telling her, I don't know hardly anything about this dude. I said, when I tried to be cool with him, he was acting funny. And so, yeah, so, after that, I just was like, kind of like cool on him. Like, I was straight on him because I'm not about to keep letting people try to play me like I'm stupid or something, like playing me for a sucker. Here comes the juicier part of the story, right? So, and I totally bypassed it. This was, I want to say, after the whole birthday thing, and yeah, so I was like telling, oh yeah, 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 okay, so this did happen after. So I was telling, what did I name it? Tommy. I was telling Tommy, about the whole situation, and Tommy, I was like asking for advice or whatever, and Tommy was telling me how, what's her name? Drama was like saying she had the same situation or whatever, and how Barbie acting funny now because they together and whatnot. And I was just like, okay. So, he went through the whole situation and explained to me what happened. And I was like, oh, dang, that's pretty messed up. Like, yeah. And at this point, after he told me that, I'm just thinking this dude is not a total monster, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't even want to say dirtbag, but that's how I felt kind of, because from what Catalina was saying, this ain't the first time this done happened. It's been with multiple people. And so, I'm just like, huh, okay. So he just going around doing stuff like that. After I got the vibes that he was a cool person. So, I told Catalina, and see, Catalina had kind of, like I said, she had already told me about the situation ahead of time. Like, but I'm telling Catalina what Tommy had told me that Drama told him. And Catalina was like, nah, that's not what happened. And she explained it to me again. Now, I did not know Catalina ass was about to go to the extreme and confront Drama about what I said. It became this whole big thing. Drama didn't know it was me, right? So Drama gonna hit Catalina in a text thread and say, I need to mind my own business, basically. And I was like, that made me feel some type of way. So Catalina was like, would you be willing to talk to Drama or whatever? Can I like tell her, this, that, and the third? And I was like, yeah, go ahead. Like, she put Catalina put Drama on the phone, and Drama was like telling her that, I was in her presence, and I basically told Drama what Tommy had said, and I was like, I added on to it. And Catalina told me not to respond to that part, but I did anyway, because don't talk to me like that. I'm not just out here all in people's business. That's not what I do. So, yeah, I'm going to respond to that, because, yeah, you don't scare me, and I'm bold. Right? So, I told her, I said, I'm not just all out here in people's business. Tommy actually told me this. Like, I didn't ask him nothing. He just came out and told me. So she like, oh, well, maybe he told you because it was related to, your situation. So we basically hung up the phone, and Catalina was telling me how Drama kept texting her on some threatening type stuff, right? And I was like, that's crazy because I thought they was cool like that, and they were supposed to be cool. But then Drama just kept texting Catalina, and she would not leave her alone. And like I said, I was feeling some type of way because don't try to make like I'm just being all out messy, all in your business when that's not what happened. Catalina was like, there is no way in hell y'all's situations is relatable because nothing about Drama and Lou's situation was even remotely close to me and his situation. Catalina just was like, I don't even know like what to tell you because I don't know what happened. She don't know why he started acting how he was acting towards me. And so, um, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know why Yeah, no. Like I said, back then, old me wouldn't have even responded to a clap back like that, but I clap back because no, you're not finna come up here and try and make like I'm just being all out messy. That's not what this is. Trust me, I know how to mind my own business, and I know how to be quiet. And that was another thing too. When I talked to Los that last time and had that blow up, I said, I don't know what it is. Maybe you just can't handle me. I said, people are used to me being very quiet, but when I start wilding out, they can't handle it. And here's the thing, right? I don't wild out on you unless you give me a reason to wild out on you. I'm just not gonna all out start acting different or crazy, as he tried to put it, just because. Like, no, I'm not finna do that. I'm gonna act accordingly to how you treat me. And that's for any normal person. This is not a fatal attraction type of situation. I do not want you at this point because you done pissed me off. And like I said, I was never going to tell him anyway. But, yeah, so, yeah. The part with drama was relatable because later on, come to find out, she went and reported me and Catalina to the HR office on some lies type stuff. She told HR, and I knew it. I said, you know what? And I had this very very bad feeling, and because I was feeling some type of way too. That time that Drama kept texting Catalina, I told Catalina to tell Tommy stop hitting me in my text thread on some weird stuff. I can't remember what I said exactly, but basically on some weird stuff. Stop texting me. Because he was feeling some type of way at this point. He texted me and said, if you have any more personal issues, don't ask me. And I'm just like basically don't tell me about it. Don't ask me for advice. And I was like, and I told Catalina, I was like, oh, he's butthurt. Like, he in his feelings. And I showed her the text. And then that's when, hold on, y'all. My bad, y'all. Alright, and yeah, so then that's when he was like, that's when, and like I said, I already knew something was about to happen. I had the worst feeling in my gut. After that little exchange, something was about to happen. And boy, was I right. Because I want to say it was like a few days later or like a week or so later, I got sent to the HR office. And I'm asking the person that told me to go there, is it bad? And he's like, I don't know. So, like I said, something in me was like, oh, this about to be very bad. I already know because they don't never call me into the HR office and be like, you need to be there before such and such time. That's what made me know, oh, this about to be really bad. Like, I'm in trouble. So I went to the HR office, and that's when they was like, oh, well, you know, and here, this is what pissed me off, too, about this place, and made me want to dip off even faster to another job. Because that's very unprofessional. Like, I was like, so, you know, what's going on? And I caught the bad vibes when I walked in the room. Like, I already knew it was about to be on something bad. They like, oh, well, it's a rumor that, you and Lowe's had something going on. Basically saying that I was trying to pursue Lowe's. Yeah, it's a rumor going on that, you was trying to pursue Lois and he turned you down. I'm like, what? You see my face? Not only, and I already knew. I I already knew it wasn't Los that did this. I already knew. I wondered who it was, but then it started making sense later on down the line that it was Drama that did it. Um, I guess for the simple fact that I made that comment about Tommy, and yeah, so prime example of when trying to be gangster goes too far. Luckily, I didn't lose my job over it, but I lost my chance of being able to transfer over to another shift. Yeah. So, um, I left out, and see, I knew it was bad too because I remember before I went in there, Catalina had told me she got called in the office and was trying to tell me, oh, tell them I had nothing to do with this situation, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, oh no, I got you. And I really did tell them, like, no, she had nothing to do with this because they started bringing her up. Then they brought Drama up. Then they brought Tommy up. And I'm just like, it's all making sense. Basically, at the end of the meeting, one of the representatives was like, don't be telling your business to Catalina and Drama. And I was like, I don't even know where that came from because I never even, you know, I was lying, but at the same time, like, that's not your business. That's not your business. They like, oh, well, if there are any relationships going on in the workplace, then we need to know. I'm saying to myself, do you know how many people up in here is dating each other and y'all worried about me and my non-existent relationship? Y'all turning a blind eye to other situations, but y'all want to come hound me about a rumor? And in fact, involving people that are actually dating each other, but y'all want to be in my face about something somebody else done said that ain't even real, that ain't even true? Okay. And then, all reality, this person, Drama, Drama was actually talking about herself. She was not talking about me. She was actually talking about her situation, because that's what happened to her and Rose. Okay? And Drama is married. Yeah, I'll say that. Drama is married. And she out here in a whole nother relationship. That's why I named her Drama. Not because of that specifically, but because she going to the HR office lying on people instead of minding her business. Like she told me I should. Yes, I can. Like I said, I did not know Catalina was gonna go and tell Drama nothing. Okay? I did not know that was about to go down like that. But it went down, so what can I do now? It went down. What can I do? You know what I'm saying? So it just was like retaliation, so to speak, because I said what I said. And ever since that day, I was just like thinking, dang, I wish I could punch Drama in her face. I never had to, like, I've never fought nobody a day in my life. But I was more than willing to risk it all to punch her in her face for being such, you know what I'm trying to say. I wanted to punch her in her face. Like, I wanted to have her catch a fade. Like, I did. I did. And I had actually talked to one of the other managers later on down the line about the situation. And he was, well, I didn't get into depth about the situation. I just said that I felt like being called into the HR office hurt my hurt my chances of getting a promotion and hurt my chances of switching to second shift. In which I wanted to switch to second shift because I just was like sick of the BS that was going on and I wanted to start off fresh. And um the plan was to switch to second shift anyway before this even happened, like because I wanted to be on the line with Lowe's because I thought we was cool like that. My bad, y'all, again. Anyways, so let's get back to the story. This joint mad long, I already know. But so yeah, I was like telling Lowe's I didn't want him to like leave me behind. Like I said, I was trying to get a transfer. The plan was to get a transfer to second shift so I could be on Lowe's line. Because Lowe's was saying he would, have a spot for me. Well, when I originally tried to transfer to Lowe's line, it was like, you gotta be here for 6 months. And I'm talking louder because nobody's here now. Everybody gone. But yeah, so it was like, you gotta be here for 6 months and whatnot. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, October will be my 6 months. And, I'll just transfer then. Well, it did not happen like that. Because in my 5th month, that's when the drama transpired and my chances got hurt. Now, here's why I messed up at, because I had went to, like I said, I had the little incident and my dumbness, instead of bringing it up later in life, I brought it up at the meeting that I wanted to transfer to second shift. Now, here's the thing about that. I had brought it up before this, but never got a reply. Because, see, one of the people in the HR office, I had their phone number, and so I was able to communicate with them through text, about work-related stuff. And so I had text them about, can I transfer next month, which would have been October of last year, was my 6th month, and what do I have to do to get a transfer? Because this place is not a place of seniority, not like the job I have now, which is, neither here nor there, whatever. Anyway, so at the meeting, I was like, I want to transfer to second shift. And it was like, no, you're not doing that. And I was like, I had talked to somebody, like, ahead of time. Like, I think it was, like, a month or 2 months of, no, 3 months or 4 months of me already being in there. Now, this person has since quit the job, so, I had to go through the channels of the HR to see what I could do. And, of course, that didn't happen because of the little incident with the bitch sitting up there reporting false accusations. Like I said, that was very unprofessional anyway, because why are you bringing me into the HR office about a rumor? Now, everybody who is right in their mind knows a rumor is most likely false, right? So why are you, like, how is this even okay? How is this relevant? Like, it's a rumor, meaning it's not true. Okay? The whole time I was laughing when I was talking to the one person, but then when the other HR person came in and started being all ignorant and bitchy, that's when I got the same, because, yeah, you HR, but you're not finna talk to me like I'm just a peasant or something. No. You bleed once a month just like me. We all have the same color blood. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no. I just started being bitchy. That's when shit took a turn, because she started talking to me like I was just some trash. Like, I caused this. Like, I was the reason why I was in the HR office getting talked to about a rumor. No, I was getting reported because somebody just decided to be a whole bitch and make up some shit that wasn't even real. So later on down the line, I'm like telling Catalina, yeah, so after the meeting, I went to Catalina and I told her what happened. And she was like, yeah, that was drama that did that. And I was like, okay. That was drama that did that. Okay. And then it clicked. It clicked in the brain, like, yeah, Catalina gotta be right. Because I know Catalina didn't say no mess like that. She a real one. She ain't do all that. Now, granted, Catalina does have the a tendency to bring up old stuff, but it wasn't like nothing that was damaging to your career. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And you know not to tell her certain stuff. Like I said, yeah, she would not bring it up to other people, but you just not supposed to. Loose lips sink ships. That's all I'm gonna say. And so, um, Catalina, the day that we got sent to the HR office, of course it was separately, but Catalina said she had tried to call Los and tell him what was going on, and he didn't pick up the phone. And I just was like saying to myself, yeah, I figured he wouldn't. Maybe he already knew what was going on. Maybe he never found out. I don't know. I had a tendency to want to tell him, but at the same time, I'm just like, after he told me he was only there for business only, I just was like, I'm not going to say nothing else to him, because he actually went to Catalina. He went to Catalina and told Catalina I was wilding. Because one day he had said what's up to me, and I was doing him just like how he did me. One day he said what's up to me, and I just kept walking right past him. And he was going to say, told Catalina I was looking at him. Yeah, I was looking at him, but it wasn't, like, it was more like because I didn't know he was going to be on our line that day. That was the only reason. It was not on some weird stuff. Nothing like that. It was just because I didn't know he was going to be. Usually, because it was 2 lines at that time. It's 3, no, it's still 2 from what I hear. But he was usually always on the other line. So that's why I was looking at him. It wasn't like on some weird stuff. I was looking at him because I was like, I didn't know, and I was feeling some type of way, and I didn't know he was about to be on our line that day. So, and I heard him say, hey, how you doing? But he was talking to other people too. And when I walked past him, I just kept saying, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. And he gonna tell Catalina I was wilding. And so when I had brought it up, like, yeah, your homeboy trying to speak to me, and I didn't say nothing. And she was like, yeah, he told me he thought you was wilding. He thought I was emotional. I looked at Catalina and I said, how am I being that? I said, I said, how is that okay for him to do that to me, and I don't, like, no, you're gonna get a reaction out of me, like, come on. Like, at this point, yeah, no, I don't fuck with you, because, so, for you to sit up there and say, I be wildin', when, like I told y'all, the day after he said, we was cool, don't worry about it, He ignored me, dapped me up, and walked off. When and I did the same thing to him. All of a sudden now I'm emotional. I'm the one that's wilding. And that's a clear case of people can't take what they dish out to others. Granted, things did get better. We was never like close anymore. We was never like, I never called him best friend again. Like I said, I would speak to him and get a response after that. Like after a few, like a month or so after, I want to say, don't quote me though. But we was never close like that. Like how when I first started, we was never close like that ever again. After the whole little situation and I blew up, we was never. That was the breaking point. That we was never close after that. And I actually cried about that situation. I had one good cry and I did not cry no more. That's how I knew my skin was getting tough as hell, because usually stuff like that will really break my spirit when I thought I had a friend and then they sat up there and betrayed me. Because I had people do that shit before, and it was like on some backstabbing type stuff. Like, it was really, really bad. And that's what made me not trust people anyway. Because, you think you cool with somebody pretend to be something, and then it's really not what they're pretending. You know what I'm saying? You just can never know with certain people. And I never thought it would be like that with a dude. Because for me personally, I don't really try to be friends with females like that, because some females be hella messy. But Catalina is cool. Like, yeah, she didn't have to go tell Drama what I said about, when me and Tommy was talking about. That was kind of messy. But other than that, I've never had no issues with Catalina. Like, she mad cool. Like, yeah. So, but, yeah, most of my trust issues as far as friends have stemmed from females. And this is why I don't rock with females. No offense. This is why I don't rock with females. Because some females are very messy, very catty, very jealous, very cutthroat. Okay? I rock better with dudes. But, yeah, so, yeah, no. That's the situation, you guys. And that's a long video. A long story. Like I said, ever since Drama had reported me to the HR office, I've been wanting to punch her in the face. I did. Still do. Still do. And the last time I seen her was my last week at the job. When she sat up there and said what's up to my brother. And I looked at her and I was like, because my brother had been telling me, oh yeah, she Drama all of a sudden be saying what's up to me. And I'm like, oh, that bitch, I cannot stand her ass. Like, every time her name is brought up, I be wanna, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like I said, I've never gotten into a fight a day in my life, but I really wanted to punch her in her face for that one. Because why would you do that? You're just being ignorant. You're just being ignorant. Anyway, so that's going to be the end of this story. True story, whatever you want to call it. I hope you enjoyed it, because, like, I've been wanting to tell this story for so long, but, like, since I was still working there, I did not tell the story. And I was going back and forth on whether I was ever going to tell the story, but here you go, you got it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said in the beginning, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well, so you know when I post a video. And enjoy your day, enjoy your life, check on your loved ones, and stay breezy.